In the quiet village of Ogwashuku, where the trees danced to the wind and birds sang at dawn, a woman named Mama Nena gave birth to two beautiful girls. The villagers gathered around the small mud house that morning. Some prayed, some clapped, and others just stared in wonders. Twins! God has blessed you. One will bring light to this family. You are a strong woman, Nena. Mama Nena smiled through her tears. She named the first one Amara, meaning grace, and the second child Amaka, meaning beautiful. At first, everything seemed perfect. They looked exactly alike, same brown eyes, same cute dimples, same soft coily hair. But as they grew, Mama Nena began to notice something strange. They were born together, but they were not the same. Amara, the elder by just a few minutes, was full of kindness. She would help sweep the compound before the sun came out. She washed plates without being told and shared her food with other children. People in the village will often say, "That's Amara, she's a blessing." She talks with respect. She even greets elders with two knees. Even when children mocked her torn clothes, she never fought back. She just smiled and said, "God sees everything." Mama Nena was proud of her. But Amaka, she was the opposite. Amaka didn't like to sweep or wash. She refused to go to the farm. If Mama Nena asked her for help, she would hiss and walk away. She fought other children over little things and told lies to get out of trouble. Most worrying of it all, she hated her twin sister. If someone praises Amara, Amaka's face would darken like a thunder cloud. If Amara got a gift, Amaka would destroy it. If Amara cooked, Amaka would spoil the soup by pouring in sand and too much salt. Mama Nena was confused. One day she called Amaka and said, "My daughter, why are you always angry with your sister?" Amaka looked at her and shouted, "Because you love her more than me." Mama Nena was shocked. "That's not true. I love both of you the same." But Amaka didn't believe it. Deep inside her heart, something was growing. Jealousy, like wound that refused to heal. As they entered their teenage years, the difference became worse. Amara was respected in the village. She joined the church choir. She taught little children in Sunday school. Men began to admire her, but she remained humble and focused on her dreams of becoming a nurse someday. Amaka, on the other hand, stopped going to school. She started mixing with bad friends. Sometimes she didn't even come home until late at night. She cursed at her mother and even slapped a neighbor's child who called her Amara's twin. The villagers began to talk. "That one is evil, oh. How can two girls from the same womb and be so different?" Mama Nena often cried in secret. She had no husband. He had died when the girls were just 2 years old. She did her best to raise them alone. But now, it felt like she was losing one daughter, while the other was flying high. One early morning, as the sky was still dark and the rooster just crowed, Amara woke up just to pray. She knelt by her bedside, whispered softly and thanked God for her life. But what she didn't know was that Amaka was watching her from the doorway, eyes full of hatred. Why is she always pretending to be holy? Everyone loves her, but soon they will see her true color. Amaka clenched her fists, and she had made her decision. Whatever it took, she would bring down Amara. The sun had just risen over Ogwashuku village. Its golden light touched the tops of the palm trees, but deep inside Mama Nena's compound, there was no peace. Amara was sweeping the yard, humming a soft church song. Her broom scratched against the dry ground as little cloud of dust rose into the air. From the corner of the hut, Amaka watched her, her face twisted in anger. Look at her, Amaka thought, acting like a saint again, as if sweeping the compound would buy her a ticket to heaven. Amaka's jealousy had grown like weeds after rain. Every time someone smiled at Amara, it felt like a knife twisting in her chest. That morning, Mama Nena came out carrying a small basket of cassava. "Amara," she said softly after sweeping, "help me peel these cassavas. We'll make garri later." "Yes, Mama," Amara replied, her voice warm with obedience. Mama Nena turned to Amaka. My daughter, please go and fetch water from the stream. The buckets are empty. But instead of answering, Amaka crossed her arms. Go and fetch it yourself, she snapped. Mama Nena's eyes clouded with pain. Amaka, why are you like this? I am still your mother. Amaka hissed, grabbed a calabash of water that was meant for drinking, and walked away without looking back. Amara lowered her head, feeling the tension choke the air. Mama, don't be angry, she said quietly. I will fetch the water after peeling the cassava. Mama Nena forced a smile, but her heart was heavy. Later that day, Amaka sat under the mango tree at the village square, surrounded by 3 of her friends, Ngozi, Ifeoma, and Chika. They were laughing and gossiping about other villagers. Ngozi leaned close and whispered, Your sister Amara is the talk of the town. Did you hear the church pastor said that she will lead the youth program next week? Amaka's heart burned in jealousy. She's not as good as people think, she said bitterly. She's pretending. Soon, everyone will know her real face. What do you mean? Chika asked curiously. A slight smile spread across Amaka's lips. Just watch. I'm going to destroy her reputation. When I'm done, people will spit at the sound of her name. The girls gasped but also laughed nervously. They knew Amaka was capable of anything. The next morning, Amara woke up early to prepare for school. She ironed her uniform with a charcoal iron, careful not to burn the cloth. Suddenly, she heard Mama Nena shouting outside, Who did this? Amara rushed out to see the family's cooking pot smashed into pieces. The garri they made yesterday scattered on the ground, mixed with sand. Mama, what happened? Amara asked. Somebody destroyed our food, Mama Nena said, her voice shaking. We worked all day for this garri. From behind them, Amaka appeared, pretending to look shocked. Who could have done such a thing? Amara, were you not in the kitchen last night? Maybe you left it outside carelessly. Amara's eyes widened in shock. No, I kept it inside. I even locked the door. But Amaka folded her arms and looked at Mama Nena. You see, she's not as perfect as you think. Mama Nena frowned, her eyes moving between them. She didn't want to believe Amara could be careless, but Amaka's words planted a seed of doubt. From that day, small troubles began to follow Amara. One day, the neighbor's hen went missing, and somehow its feathers were found near Amara's window. Another day, the church offering basket disappeared, and someone claimed they saw Amara near the altar after service. Amara cried in private. She didn't know how those lies kept following her, but she suspected only one person, her twin sister. Yes, she couldn't prove it. One Saturday afternoon, Mama Nena fell sick. Her body was hot with fever, and she couldn't leave her bed. Amara stayed by her side, wiping her face with a damp cloth and giving her herbs to drink. Meanwhile, Amaka was nowhere to be found. By nightfall, she stumbled into the compound, smelling of palm wine. Where have you been? Amara asked, worriedly. Mama has been sick all day. Amaka laughed mockingly. So, you are the good daughter, eh? Take care of her yourself. Before Amara could respond, Mama Nena coughed weakly. Please, both of you, stop fighting. You are twins, from the same womb. My heart is breaking. But Amaka turned and walked away into darkness. 2 weeks later, the village prepared for the annual harvest festival. Everyone was excited, including Amara. She was chosen to lead the opening prayer in front of elders and guests. On the morning of the festival, Amara woke up early to dress up in her best wrapper. She looked beautiful, her face glowing with joy. But while she was taking a bath, Amaka slipped into her room. She opened a small bottle and poured its contents into Amara's festival clothes. It was palm oil mixed with goat dung. When Amara came out and saw her ruined clothes, she gasped, Oh God, who did this? Amaka appeared at the door. Did rats enter your clothes? Amara's heart broke, but she refused to cry. She quickly found an old faded dress and wore it to the festival. When she stood before the crowd to pray, Some villagers whispered, "Why is she dressed like that? Does she not respect elders?" Amaka stood in the crowd pretending to be innocent, but deep inside she was satisfied her plan was working. That night, Amara knelt in her room to pray. "Lord," she whispered, "I don't understand why my sister hates me. Please protect me. Show me what to do." But outside the door, Amaka stood in the shadows, listening and smiling. She wasn't even done yet. She was just getting started. The harmattan wind had returned to Ogwashuku. Dry leaves danced across the compound, and the morning air was cold enough to make Amara shiver. As she wept, Mama Nena was slowly recovering from her sickness, but her body remained weak. Amara worked twice as hard now, cooking, fetching water, cleaning the compound, while Amaka continued to act as if nothing concerned her. That morning, Amaka sat lazily under the orange tree, filing her nails with a small piece of metal. "You will sweep this whole village one day," she mocked. Amara ignored her. Silence was the only shield she had left. The rumor that broke the camel's back. By afternoon, a shocking rumor spread through the village. It was said that Amara had been caught stealing yam from Edo Okafor's barn. Amara froze when she heard it from the mouth of a neighbor. "What? That's a lie. I've never even entered his barn." But when she rushed to Edo Okafor's compound to defend herself, she was met with stony faces. Edo Okafor stepped forward. "I found my yam missing this morning. And your sister Amaka told me she saw you passing near my barn last night." Amara's heart toddled in her chest. "That's not true. I was at home all night taking care of Mama." But the elder's wife shook her head. "People saw you, Amara. If you are guilty, confess to the gods so that they will forgive you." Tears blurred Amara's eyes. She looked at Amaka, who stood in the crowd, pretending to be sad. Their eyes met, and Amaka's lip curved into smallest, cruelest smile. Amara's voice cracked. "God sees my heart, I am innocent." But few believed her. 3 days later, an accident shook the village. Mama Nena, who had been feeling stronger, decided to go to the stream to wash clothes. On her way back, she slipped on a patch of soap water, deliberately pouring in the path, and fell hard, hitting her head on a stone. Amara, who had been fetching firewood nearby, ran to her. "Mama, Mama." She carried her mother home, crying for help. The local healer was called. After tending to her, he whispered to Amara, "Her head injury is serious. She needs rest and peace in this house." Amara stayed by her side, hardly sleeping. Later that evening, she overheard two village women whispering near the gate. They say Amaka quarreled with Mama Nena this morning, and not long after the accident happened. Amara's heart clenched. She didn't want to believe her sister could hurt her own mother, but deep inside she knew. A week later, the truth came out by accident. Ngozi, one of Amaka's closest friends, got into a fight with her over a borrowed wrapper. In anger, Ngozi shouted in the marketplace, "Everybody should know Amaka is the one behind all the bad things." She broke the cooking pot, stole the offering basket, ruined Amara's clothes, even lied about the yam. The crowd went silent. Amaka's face drained of color. "You are lying," she snapped, but the damage was done. People began recalling strange things, piecing together the truth. Mama Nena, weak but determined, called her daughters together in the hall that evening. "Amaka," Mama Nena's voice was low but firm, "I carried you and your sister in my womb together. Why have you chosen this path?" Amaka avoided her gaze. "I'm tired of everyone praising her like she's the only good daughter. Is that why you tried to destroy her?" Mama Nena's eyes filled with tears. "Do you know how much pain you have caused?" For a moment, Amaka's face softened, but pride quickly returned. She deserved it. Amara swallowed hard. "Sister, I never wanted to compete with you. I just wanted us to love each other, but you have made me your enemy." The silence was heavy. Mama Nena finally spoke. "From today, you must leave this house for a while. Go to your uncle's place in the next village. Maybe distance will teach you the value of family. Amaka's eyes flashed with anger, but she knew that arguing was useless. She gathered her things and left without looking back. Weeks passed, the peace in the compound slowly returned. Mama Nena's health improved. Amara began smiling again, though her heart ached still for her sister. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Amara knelt outside whispering a prayer. Lord, if it is your will, change Amaka's heart. I forgive her, even if she never asked for it. In the distance, far away in another village, Amaka sat alone under a tree. For the first time in a long while, she felt something heavy in her chest, a weight that no pride could cover. And though she didn't admit it yet, she missed home. Sometimes, the greatest evil we face comes from the ones closest to us.